Aloha! Jessie here from Urban Legends Antiques, and this is a very special video. We went to Hawaii for Thanksgiving. While we were out here, we decided we were going to check out the thrift stores, so stay tuned for a thrift haul. Our first stop was the Honolulu Goodwill. Inside Bank of Hawaii Foundation Training Room, Central Pacific Bank Training Room. This is inside the Goodwill. I had heard that Goodwill will do on-site training for jobs, but this was the first time I'd actually seen it done. The community out here is very big into recycling because it's a small island. They don't like things to go to waste, so they've invested a lot of money into their thrift stores, and they're very beautiful and comfortable to shop in. First thing you see when you walk through the entrance are racks and racks of jeans. It's too hot to wear jeans out here. It's muggy, so people wear shorts all the time. I'm looking for things to take home in my luggage that won't break. This is very beautiful, but that glass display box will break. I gotta say, the Hawaii Goodwill is a good one. Looking for stuff we can take home with us on the plane. Some of this stuff, I have a feeling it's like last year from Target, right? Like, that looks like last year from Target. Island was closed last year, so that's probably why this is all here. We have been told that you can find a lot of 1940s and 50s vintage items in the local thrift stores in Hawaii, but when we went, we saw a lot of last season's items. These little houses right here were actually from this past October. I had bought some myself for my shop and painted them. So I'm still on the hunt for the vintage items. These ones have like little kids on them playing, and then it says made in Ling Ling, China. They look like they're old though. Made in Japan. That's good. I like that one. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on the ceramic plates before I decide which ones to purchase, but I did find these really cool bamboo little plates, these little serving plates, and I thought they were really cool. There's a lot of wooden serving dishes, so I'm gonna shop around and see what I find. I think those could go together. I'm gonna grab those together. More Target. These are cool though. What did you find?
Huh?
What did you find?
Well, these little charms here. This one's from the movie Elf. And then these charms, which are probably for the house Christmas story.
Oh yeah.
So those are really cool. I don't know if this basket appeals to you, but I think it kind of says Hawaii.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you can do something with these with
Yeah.
And then I thought it was a cool little box. It looks old. I can't find any markings or anything, but based on the hinge, it looks
Cool little box.
a little aged.
All right.
So that's what I found.
Bringing in more stock. I don't know if we have room in our luggage for anything else though. Very tempting. Oh look, there's more luggage. I could just check our bag. Is that karaoke?
Church one.
Oh, church
I think
hymns?
it's Korean. I think it's Korean.
Just looking for a CD for us.
Looking for a CD. Sometimes you find a good CD. Sometimes you don't, like today.
Did I see Perry Como?
You did. Somewhere.
Bobby McFerrin? It's funny. Hey, look at there's Jimmy Buffett boats right there. Boats. Jimmy
So we're
Buffett.
gonna get Jimmy Buffett because there's a CD player in the Jeep and it seems like Jeep's kind of weather.
Alright.
So yeah.
Just kidding.
How about that?
No boats.
No boats.
We bought a couple of things from the Hawaii Goodwill and then got back on the road and headed out to the North Shore. I love snorkeling, and Hawaii is one of the best places to go snorkeling at. We went online and we found this beach on the North Shore called Sharks Cove. It's not necessarily a beach, there's like a bunch of rocks leading up to it, but I was walking out towards the area where you could snorkel, and the lifeguards started to say, "Don't go any farther, come back because of the waves." I was standing in water to my knees, and after that second wave crashed, it was up to my hips. Once I felt safe to move out of that area, I got out of there as quick as I could, and then this was just a little walk over to the right of the area that I was at filming. This is actually the Sharks Cove, this little lagoon, and you can see the waves crashing over the rocks into the lagoon. I was sitting on a rock taking in the scenery, and this very special moment happened. A school of fish swam by on one side, and then on the other side were these little tropical fish. The beauty of Hawaii just astounds me. We also found a Savers that we went shopping at. This is the entrance to the Hawaii Savers. There's a bunch of hangers, I don't know why, and then Christmas decor and footy pajamas and warm flannel pajamas. The average temperature in Hawaii in December is 74 degrees, so you don't need warm flannel pajamas or socks, which is why they are probably at the thrift store. Everybody out here wears flip-flops, or the Hawaiian term, slippers. Okay, so there's a theme of racks of blue jeans at both thrift stores that we went to, and I can understand why. It's muggy out here. It's like you get too sticky to want to wear blue jeans, but they do have like racks of leis if you want to take home some Hawaiian leis. That was really cool. I am on the hunt for some Japanese ceramic plates, and I'm going to see what I can find. And the first dish I pulled out said made in occupied Japan. Oh my gosh, these are super rare. I have been looking for a dish that said made in occupied Japan for years now. I had been listening to some podcasts and some antique dealers who said that those are really, really hard to find because they were only made for a certain amount of time. And then that was it. They were never stamped with the made in occupied Japan again. Coconut cream pie is my favorite pie, and this is very tempting to take home, but I'm afraid that that little ball on top is going to break in my luggage, so I passed. So the blue and white chinoiserie is really hot and sells very well in my store. So I'm looking for some that I can take home in my luggage. I'm just checking the back now. I'm curious to see if anything else says Occupied Japan. I didn't find any more that said made in Occupied Japan, and I don't know what a lot of the stamps are. So we're just kind of hunting around and seeing which ones I like and which ones I feel comfortable taking home with me. See the back of it? Turn it over, let me see. It's so pretty. Maybe that one's hand painted. I don't know what that is. I really liked this plate. So that one went home with me for sure, along with the Made in Occupied Japan one. And then I was just hunting around trying to find stuff that I knew could fit in my luggage and wouldn't break. So I was trying to avoid the bowls. We were looking more for plates that were flat that we could pack in between our clothing, or some wooden dishes, just things that would safely make it home on the flight. So some of the stuff that we found, it looked really out of place. It just didn't seem to go with the whole island vibe, like that hayride sign that I walked past. I was kind of confused. It was clearly shipped from the mainland over, and they were trying to sell it. She looks terrifying. Colonizer. Look at this.
all running out of water.
When I saw luggage at the Hawaii Goodwill, it gave me the idea that I would just buy an extra piece of luggage so that way I could carry on all of the treasures that I had bought while thrift store shopping in Hawaii. So I'm like hunting for one that's the cleanest, that looks the most sturdy, and that will fit as a carry-on. None of these are very clean, so I'm a little bit concerned about what we're gonna find. All I had to do was go around the corner and I found a good one. This bad boy's coming home with us. I have a very large family, and this is just a small portion of my family that made it to Oahu, including my cousin Junior and his beautiful wife Jeanette. I know him as a family man, but the rest of the world knows him as Junior Inkslinger of the Speakeasy Ink Lounge in Bullhead City, Arizona. I found out he was doing a 2-week residency at a tattoo shop in Oahu while we were there, and I was so excited to spend some time with him. Okay, I was curious to see what they had behind the counter in their high-end section of the Savers, and I found a Louis Vuitton. It was crazy. And then just a couple of purses over, another Louis Vuitton. Looks like the small one was priced $1.99, the large one was $6.99. We were looking for some Hawaiian shirts for Chuck to wear when we were in Hawaii because we had planned on going to a luau with my family. And had I known that there was rows and rows of racks of Hawaiian shirts in Hawaii, we would have just got them here. Live and learn. I'm going to head over to the checkout line to find Chuck. Look at all the vacuums. I bet the sand just wears them out. And while standing in the checkout line, I spotted this little treasure. I think it's a Rick and Morty Chia pet.
See that right there? Let me go try this one. Wannabe. They know the difference though.
I cannot believe how lucky we are. I've been looking for dishes that say made in occupied Japan for years. They are so hard to find in the mainland United States. And I was telling Chuck, man, I hope we can find one while we're out here. There's so much Asian inspired architecture and culture everywhere. And the second thrift store we go to, the first dish I pick up, the back of it says made in occupied Japan. Score! Here's a video of my nephew living out his Go Free Willy dream. Yeah! Here it is. Here is our haul from Hawaii. We have some flowers for my nieces to put in their hair. We brought that box back from the Goodwill. We have some pancake mix, pictures from our cruise the last night we were there. And we have all of these plates that we're going to load up onto our website. They will be available for purchase. Don't forget to give my video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell for my new videos that are coming out. This week was a very fun one. This was me sharing my trip to Hawaii with everyone. And if you'd like to share with your family and friends, I'd really appreciate it. That would help my channel grow immensely. Hashtag Funtime Friday. Thanks, you guys. Stay tuned for what happened to my nephew after he screamed, "Go Free Willy."
A pose interview, huh?
Logan, after you went down there and lived your dream of screaming "Go Free Willy" on the beach, what happened?
This old lady said, "Be quiet, Harley. The whale will eat you."